All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 18.
Here the fuck we are. I didn't even know we did this many episodes, man. I don't know where the fuck I've been. God damn.
I'm surprised it's again, to be honest.
We have 50 dedicated listeners that love this shit, all right? We have to.
I love it.
The loyal fan base.
Yeah.
We have a very loyal fan base. It's about 48 to 52 people, all right?
Anyway, we're here with our guest, Miss Ana. She is the VP of the WRPF and the owner of A1Digital. They are the ones that are doing these amazing live streams for all these big meets, even local meets, all over the place. They are the reason that you guys are seeing these amazing meets, all these close-ups, everything. It's incredible, honestly.
The motherfucking VP. Oh my God.
And fun fact, Ana and I met in 2018.
Yep.
Yeah. We were both doing the Kern US Open, and we started a group chat with her and our friend Morgan, aka Momo, who Ginger Chris loves. And we had a couple other girls in there, but it's dwindled down to just the three of us, and we have not missed a day of chatting in that chat since 2018.
Yes, I was actually going to say that as a fun fact as well, that a lot of people don't know that. We literally have spoken every day since 2018, like not even an exaggeration. Isn't that
Right.
wild?
Yeah.
I don't think
if people were in the hospital or like sick or whatever, like at some point in the day, we're like, I'm alive. Hello.
I've literally texted from the hospital. I think all of us have at one point. We're like, dude, I'm dying in the hospital, but I'm here. Yeah. Because if you don't say something and there's something wrong, like one of us is probably dead. So we got to check in daily. But now we've just gotten into a habit. We just literally just talk every day like it's just nothing. It's just part of the routine of the day, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Powerlifting literally brought us together.
Yeah. Oh, same.
And the crazy thing is we were all actually competition for each other. So that was the other cool thing about it. We were the first super heavyweight class that was ever at the Kern US Open. That was the first time.
That's fucking wild. That's wild as fuck, though.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Powerlifting's done a lot of cool shit, man. Done a lot of cool ass people through powerlifting.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. And I mean, powerlifting brings a lot of people together. Like, I mean, I literally had a random taco party with Chris, right? You showed up and we had tacos. And it was so fucking random in Texas. I'm not even from Texas. I'm in Virginia, and I just happened to be in Texas.
That was fucking funny too, because I'm in San Antonio and I see her she posts a story like something about Texas. I was like, yo, where the fuck are you in? She's like, I'm in Austin. I'm like, bro, I'm in fucking San Antonio. She goes, I don't know where the fuck that is. I'm not from Texas.
Yeah, it's like all I know is I'm cooking tacos. You could stop on by. I literally invited him over to like Stacy Burr's house, and then next thing you know, it's me, Chris, Stacy Burr, and eating tacos, shooting the shit, talking about powerlifting. It's just a funny sport, It really does. It's a small world.
That's just how That's just how powerlifting has honestly worked for me every time. Like you get all these people that are like, I guess famous, right, in our little niche sport here. And like I've met a lot of fucking big names because of you, Karina, shit like that. I'm just like, I got friends like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. That's fucking crazy. Like you met like Bama, right? I'm like, bro, I didn't just meet Bama. I was sitting there in the living room eating tacos with her and Ana. Like, fuck you mean? Like just casually. This is just how shit works, bro. Like, don't if you don't be fucking weird, shit like that happens.
Yeah, exactly. That was fun though.
What did you think about Chris?
What did I think about Chris?
Yeah, what did Stacy think about him?
Oh, Stacy. Oh no, she was having a great time. Yeah, we were just kind of reminiscing about the sport and her time in the sport and just kind of talking about everything and just having a good time. So yeah, no, she was like really happy to just get to meet. She's always happy to meet new people, especially anyone that wants to pick her brain about powerlifting or bodybuilding or anything. She's all ears and loves to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dope as fuck.
Her and Chris are on the same like energy wavelength.
100%.
Yeah, Chris's energy may be a little bit up here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. I bring hype to these meets, though. All right. I bring hype to these fucking meets.
You gotta stay hype, and that's what I appreciate about you is that you're just fucking hype as fuck all the time, at all times.
I don't know any other. I don't know any other speed. ADHD doesn't allow me to know any other speed. I just be out here, just fucking raw dogging life, unmedicated. So it's fucking great.
You're literally just operating and you're in sport mode.
Literally.
Always. Except I'm wearing my Crocs right now in fucking relax mode.
Dude, I remember when you got to Kansas City the first time for the showdown and it was like 3 a.m. when you got in and I fucking was downstairs at like 7 a.m. and you just like open your eyes and you were like, oh, hey guys, what's up? And I was like, bro, you haven't slept. And you were like, let's go. And I was like, how? And now I'm like, oh, he just opens his eyes and he just goes.
Man, those were the days. I don't have that kind of energy anymore. I'm about to be 40. Like I'm just not there.
That's your re-30th, actually.
Yeah, we're turning 30 again this year. We've decided.
Okay, I like that. So going back.
The re-30th. That's what we're doing in May for Karina. Her re-30th, which means we're gonna drink like we're fucking turning 30 again. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I booked a flight instead of driving because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna drive home after trying to party.
No. You fucking know better. Like you've done this enough times. You know that you're not driving back.
Nah, I booked that flight. We good now.
No, after a weekend of judging and a weekend of just debauchery of us drinking and fucking partying, man, there's no fucking way.
I'll drag my ass to the airport, get on my little Southwest flight, and get home.
That's right.
Bougie ass on the Southwest. I'll be flying Frontier and Spirit.
Spirit so much that I booked him a flight on Southwest when we're going to host a meet up in Sacramento, near Sacramento. And I sent him his fucking flight and I go, here, you're on Southwest. And he goes, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm like,
I got a free check bag.
That's your sugar mama buying you a Southwest ticket.
Sometimes, man.
Only the best.
Only the best. Hey, you know what though? If this is Christy Hawkins, she thinks it's peasant flying.
I've heard this.
So upset.
She was so bummed when she came down here when her and Herbie flew down on Southwest. She goes, I had to fucking fly Southwest. I was like, okay, yeah, that's sick, Christy, right on. She goes, I fly first class. Don't talk to me like that. I was like, oh my God, okay.
I love Southwest, but it actually gives me anxiety because you know how like when you check in, you get your group assigned and you have to go and stand in the columns with like the number, and it's always like, do you feel some type of way? Because it's like people literally are like, I'm A34, and I'm like, oh, I'm A33. Everyone's just like fucking scrambling, trying to look for their place in line. It's just like weird, but I mean, overall, I like the fact that you can check the 2 bags without an extra charge, but that whole waiting and in like the different columns for like the group stresses me out.
That
like, I just
stresses
go to
me
my
out.
seat. I want to sit down
and check in like right on the 24-hour mark. So you get that like A57 number. I'm like,
dude, yes, I do that too. I set, because I'm like, dude, I have to get group A. If I'm going on, I got to get group A or at least like B1 or something. And I get on and it's your C54. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. You're in the middle row. And I'm like, bro, I am too wide to be in the fucking middle.
I've only flown Southwest like twice. And the one fucking time I got like early, right? I sit in an aisle seat. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is great, man. It's a full seat. This dude walks up. The dude next to the window is a big dude too. There's not room in the middle. This dude comes, there's other middle seats open. This little guy kind of walks up and he looks at me and he goes, is that open? I want to be like, bitch, there's other open seats. Like, we're not little. Why the fuck are you going to sit next to us? God damn you, dog. Fuck out of here. Fuck. Like, Southwest is great,
So-
but I like Delta. I get the plug in.
Southwest is super cheap, and it's like really prevalent over here for me. So it's like super easy for me to fly back and forth to Vegas, like super cheap.
Cheap. Says who? Fuck. $65. Spirit, Kansas. Fuck out of here, cheap.
Yeah, but Spirit, they're so unreliable, and like, can we just not with the whole like you got to pay for your seat, you have to pay for this. By the time they're done nickel and diming you, like you might as well have gotten like a first class ticket.
I don't pay for any of that shit. I bring one backpack that's the size of a personal item, and I just let them pick my seat. And if I get the middle, I just fucking sit there. I go, listen, man. Oh, I'm man spreading. Sucks for you. I'm big. We can either trade seats or you can be uncomfortable for this 4-hour flight because I got wide shoulders, motherfucker. That sucks.
That's when you're gonna be like the imaginary lat syndrome, like in the middle seat.
Exactly. Just sit there. Sorry, guys.
Nope.
I'll get you. Spirit, we'll get you there eventually.
Eventually.
On the day that you want it. That's all right. No matter what time, but it'll be on the day.
Since we're talking about airlines, I kind of want to mention something that actually happened that affected my business, as a matter of fact. So I'm talking about the A1Digital live streaming. So we did an event a couple weeks ago for Strongman, and we were in Hilton Head, South Carolina. So Liz, you guys know Liz. She was traveling, and for her, it's always an
I saw her story.
You know the story? Yeah. So I'm gonna blast it on here because it's actually really fucked up. Like I feel horrible. So she got a flight from LA to Hilton Head, South Carolina. But Hilton Head is an island, so they have a regional airport, but it's very expensive to fly in there, and the flight times are not really convenient. So what we did was get her a flight to Savannah, Georgia, which is about 45 minutes away from Hilton Head. So she had to take a flight. She got a connecting flight, ended up in Savannah, Georgia. Our event was the very next day, day one. It was a 3-day event. They lost her bag on the way in, which had a lot of her equipment that she uses. So she had her lens, everything else. She has like, this vest, her harness, and she's got her gimbal. All of that stuff was in her suitcase that they didn't have that night. And of course, like I said, it's a 45-minute drive. So it's not like someone from the airport, because sometimes they'll deliver it. They weren't driving an hour or so out to Hilton Head. So we had to improvise the next day, got through the event. It was really difficult. She's calling about her bag, and after several phone calls back and forth, she ends up getting her bag. We finished the event. She goes home. And this is where it gets really fucking shitty. So she's driving. I mean, she's flying out of Savannah, Georgia, has a connecting flight in Charlotte. Then she goes to Phoenix, I believe, and then back to LA. And this is through American Airlines. So it's like, you think, when you pay for your bag, part of that fee is you want to make sure that that bag gets to you, like one way or another. Sometimes things happen, they lose bags, whatever, but they should get that bag to you at some point. It has now been over a week, and her bag is nowhere to be found. They can't locate it. Every airport, since she had connecting flights, they're all blaming each other. Well, she ends up finding out through someone that they have an insurance policy. If they do lose your bag after a certain number of days, you can file a claim up to $5,000, right? So that's great for her, at first, because she's like, oh, I'll be able to cover my equipment. I can at least buy new stuff. She looks at the terms and conditions. Oh, they cover $5,000 except electronics, cameras, anything, heirlooms, jewelry, like basically anything that's important, computers, anything that most people would if they were to lose something, is what they would want to claim for. They don't cover any of that. So their
course we
loophole
don't.
is like, yeah, their loophole is like, oh, if you lost, you know, a shoelace or something, yeah, we'll replace that, or toothbrush or something. But they will not replace anything important that's of value. That's in their policy. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is trying to. I'm like, you know what? You need to be that person to go above that. You need to start contacting whoever the higher ups are at American Airlines and fucking blast them until they're so tired of hearing you complain that they'll at least do something to reimburse you. I mean, that affects A1Digital, because she's got all of her shit in that suitcase. So it's like, what do we do now? You know, that really sucks for her, and it sucks for her own you know, business too, where she does, you know, videography and everything else on her own. It affects everything. And she also works for the WRPF as a content creator. So it's it's not cool right now. So I'm pretty upset about it.
Yeah.
So now it's time to tell American Airlines that she had 4 pairs of Gucci shoes in there.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta up that price tag a little bit more, you know.
So time to improvise. Oh, you guys didn't lose my shit. It wasn't my electronics you lost. You lost my Sistina bag. You lost my pair of Gucci shoes. You lost my you know, my Christian red bottoms. Shit like that, bro. Just start racking up $5,000 worth of, like, oh, you guys cover that, right? You guys didn't say anything.
I actually told her that.
In your loophole.
I was like, why don't you tell them that you just had like fucking 3 pairs of red bottoms in your suitcase? And they want like receipts and all this documentation. So of course they're trying to make it as difficult as possible to try to get a reimbursement. So they're jerks.
We got homies. We can get you a receipt. Fuck out of here with that.
I was like, Liz, you're Armenian. I think you can pull off a receipt. Come on. You know me.
You just, all you gotta do is fucking change a receipt. We know homies that have bought those shoes. Hey dog, let me have your shoes real quick. Change the fucking date on the receipt. Send them a picture of it. Bam. Fuck you. You know?
Yeah.
Dickhead. Oh, they'd be so pissed. So anybody, you know, our 50 listeners, fuck American Airlines, just by the way.
Look, that's 50 people that will not buy plane tickets from American Airlines. Will not support them.
They're not the first. This is not the first issues I've seen with them either, though. I've had other friends like get their flights canceled and shit, delayed like crazy. American Airlines fucking sucks ass in general. So like, I don't fucking fly those motherfuckers. I fly Spirit and Frontier over American Airlines.
Yeah. So that's that on
sucks, man. She also took like, didn't it take her fucking forever to get home too?
Oh, I mean, I didn't even get into that part. I mean, yeah, like, I didn't want to.
That's what I saw.
But yeah, they also, on top of this, when she was leaving Savannah, Georgia, she got to, I think it was Charlotte that she got to, and they told her that due to weather conditions or whatever, her flight was delayed, and then next thing you know, it was canceled, and then next thing you know, over 24 hours go by, she's still waiting at the airport, and the reason why is because she asked them if they could at least give her a hotel room for the night or a meal voucher or anything. They said, once again, policy, if it's due to weather, that's out of our control. So therefore, we can't, there's nothing we can do. That's your responsibility to figure out what you're going to do from here till your next flight. And I'm like, dude, these people, and this was before the whole shit with the luggage happened.
Yeah.
So it was like one thing after the other that already very upset with that. And then when everything happened with her missing luggage and her losing thousands of dollars of her equipment, that's just the fucking nail in the coffin for me. I'm like, dude, fuck American Airlines.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that about her luggage. I saw her story about it took her like fucking 72 hours or some shit to get home. I saw that. I didn't see the fucking, I saw that she was like, oh, they lost my luggage. I didn't know she still hasn't gotten her fucking luggage back though.
Yeah, and she was like driving to the airport every day. She was actually going there in person because people were hanging up on her. She was calling and they were just hanging up on her because they didn't know what to say and they couldn't help her. So she was just showing up to the airport. She's like, okay, if you're not going to talk to me on the phone, I'm just going to show up. And they were of no help whatsoever. So I really hope she gets her bag back. But at this point, it's been so long, I don't feel very confident about it. So that's why I told her to raise some hell and start talking to higher ups and see who she can connect with that can at least do something, even if they give her something towards it to go towards what she lost. I mean, that's a bullshit policy. And I think just customer service, the way they treat people and in this situation, I mean, she's not the only one. So just imagine how many people are getting dicked over like this. So
fuck, dude, that fucking sucks, bro. Liz is if you guys don't know Liz either, and of our listeners, most of you guys should though. Liz, if you come to the FQ events, she's usually the photographer and videographer everybody hires, and her stuff fucks, bro. She's the fucking best, and she's the fucking homie. Liz is dope as fuck too. So
totally.
that fucking sucks, dude.
Fuck that shit.
No, that would fucking piss me off. Oh, dude, I'd probably be getting arrested.
Oh yeah, you would absolutely fight someone at that point. Like someone,
yeah,
you would have been locked up or some shit by then.
We would
no.
The disrespect.
Shit out of the American Airlines employees and be fucking all over TikTok and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be TikTok famous. It'd be great. Fucking Christ. Dude, fuck that. Well, so now we know don't fly American Airlines anywhere. Fuck them. Southwest, Delta, or even Espiritu. Espiritu over American Airlines. Fuck those guys. Well, now that we got our rant out of the way of American Airlines, sorry, Liz, that fucking sucks, dude. Ana, who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you? Who are you to the world of powerlifting besides the owner of A1Digital, the best fucking live stream in powerlifting?
Well, I mean, I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, honestly. So I've really been involved with the sport for over a decade. First as an athlete, then I competed from 2015 to 2019, injured myself pretty badly in 2017. So when I had my injury, it caused me to take a step back to, work on my recovery and just kind of think about, what my future, is going to be with powerlifting. Because initially I really only saw myself as an athlete in the capacity of what I was doing with this sport. It wasn't really clear to me back then that I was going to be so involved in the capacity that I am now. So really that injury was almost like a blessing in disguise. So like I have a background in marketing, graphic design, web design. So during that downtime, I started offering myself, ended up building a lot of brands in powerlifting, helped a lot of coaches start their online businesses, and a lot of those people are very well-known coaches and athletes to this day. And I helped them get their start. A lot of brands, stores, a lot of e-commerce stores, apparel, you name it, involving the sport. I've done it all. So that's kind of really what I was doing during that time, and realized that I really enjoyed that aspect of being able to give back to the sport in a completely different way. So then over that time was when I kind of decided to make the freelancing thing into a real business. And in 2019, I formed my business. I got an LLC. So I went from freelancing and actually created my business, which is A1Digital. And in the beginning, 2019, we were just doing web design and the same stuff that I was doing as a freelancer, just more legit as a business. Then 2020 hit, and that's when the live streaming kind of became something that I ended up branching out into, especially during that time. A lot of people weren't going to powerlifting meets. So that was really an opportunity to be able to be in that position and offer a higher level of production in the sport, to do a little more storytelling and show the world what powerlifting is through the eyes of powerlifters. So everyone on my team, we're all powerlifters and we're all fans of the sport. So we understand and we're in it. And I think that makes a big difference with the quality of our live stream. You can see that we're very passionate about it, and we capture those moments that are really special to the lifter. And as a spectator, you get to have that front row seat and experience what that's like. And as far as the WRPF, around like 2019, I started doing consulting with the WRPF. So I've been involved for quite a while, doing, wearing many hats, and eventually grew into my role as the VP. And here we are now.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, making fucking big dick decisions for the WRPF. Fuck yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Listen, if you guys have watched the American Pro, which I'm sure fucking all of you have, if you watched the Raw Dog, the Pro Raw, shit, I think you did the showdown too, right? Yeah, the showdown. If you guys watch any of the really fucking big meets in the last couple of years, that's all Honest Company's live stream. And if you guys liked it, it's because of her, and her team. Their live stream fucks. And you guys are professional as fuck too. Like, all the fucking headsets and all the badass shit. I remember when I saw you at the Pro Raw, I was like, God damn, this is a motherfucking setup, man.
Yeah, the headsets are wireless.
Sweet.
They're like wireless walkie-talkies that we can talk to each other. It's pretty fucking cool. Most of the time we use it to troll each other and talk shit. We're not actually being professional. But yeah, I mean I think we really put our stamp in the sport in 2021 when we did the showdown. That was when people were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like this is like a movie. That was really our motivation to know that we were definitely onto something, and to continue doing that and obviously improving it as we get more experience live streaming. I mean, this was all new to all of us. No one was ever live streaming like that and doing that type of production. Where we have like the dynamic, multiple camera views with videographers, and we have, there's a lot of technical and crazy programming shit that happens even leading up to the meet. And that's usually my department. I do all the graphics, I do all the programming, the overlays, all the stuff you see popping up on the screen. And then on the day of the event, I'm there directing my team, and everyone pretty much has like a flow by now where we just instinctively know what to do, and my video switchers know what to do, what camera to switch to, and it's just kind of like well together when we work. So I think that that's something really special that you don't come across too often, with a really great group of people that just get it. And then as far as the American Pro, I mean, I'm the co-founder of that meet. I run that meet with Micah Marino, and that was something else that was thinking outside of the box and offering something more to the sport, trying to separate pro level meets and really add that missing element. And I think for our first time doing that, I'm very happy with how we pulled that off, considering that Micah is on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast. And we talked every single day for almost a year planning this out, and we made it work. So the American Pro, I think, is, I'm so proud of that meet, because it's just, I think it changed powerlifting. Well, I know it changed powerlifting.
It did.
Yeah, it changed what people expect when they come to a pro meet, and most importantly, it was really geared towards the athletes and making each one of those athletes, regardless of what level they're at, making them feel like it was their moment to shine when they were on the platform, and they were pro athletes at that event. Everybody felt like pros, and that was the best feeling away from that meet, was how the athletes felt.
Yeah, the Pro Raw is the hands down the best fucking powerlifting meet in powerlifting.
You mean the American
hands? Well, I'm not the Pro Raw sucked. The American Pro, the Pro Raw was dick. Fucking, that was trash. Jesus Christ, I don't even know why I said that. I'm so sorry.
The American Pro. We were talking about the same meet, because I'm like, wait a minute.
No, the Pro Raw was absolute shit. Even to the point where last fucking minute, the prize money's not going to be quite as much as what we initially said. Of course it's not. Why the fuck would it be? This weak shit.
Well, I think the American Pro, it really caused a lot of people to want to step up their game. I mean, we've seen powerlifting meets in general step up their game and improve based on the American Pro. And that's all we could really ask for is, is like, dude, step it up. The lifters deserve more. The sport deserves more. And if our ultimate goal is to get more eyes on the sport, so many people want powerlifting to be a professional sport and put more money in so we can pay our athletes more, we have to step it up. The missing element really is putting more into the production. And it's no easy feat to do. It's a lot of work. It's time consuming, but I promise it's worth it.
Yeah, facts. Meet directors, stop pocketing so much fucking money and hire good people to throw on good kick-ass meets. You want a kick-ass live stream? Hire Ana and her team. It's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be worth it.
Yep. 100%.
A lot of these fucking meet directors seem to not give a shit anymore. That's what I've noticed. Like a lot of them just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm throwing a meet so I can put some money in my fucking pocket. I'm not going to say any names for some gym owners, but fuck those people. Like throw a fucking good meet. It's for the lifters. It's like, listen, I say it every fucking episode. This is a fucking hobby. Okay? This is a fucking hobby that we pay to do. I'm going to have 2 dope-ass moments a year for this fucking expensive hobby. It would be really cool if they were high production and made you feel like a fucking superstar.
Yeah.
And I get it. I mean, no one wants to lose money putting on a meet. You know what I mean?
No.
I can't even get into how much money we dumped into the American Pro. And that was it was because one, no one had ever heard of the American Pro before. Something like that has never been done before. It was a complete risk. There was no telling. It could have completely flopped or it could have been a game changer for the sport. And, luckily for us, and then it ended up being a game changer. Made a lot of money off of that meet, but that was never our intention. We honestly expected to lose money. We broke even and made a little bit at the end from the door money, but it was all unexpected. We didn't know who was going to show up because you got to remember, I'm in Virginia. So that meet was held in Manassas, Virginia, which is like the armpit of Virginia. No one knows where the hell that is. It's, no one would just come to Manassas, Virginia for like a vacation or anything. So they really were coming here out of their way for that meet. So the fact that so many people were willing to travel here and show up is amazing to me. We're going to have it again at the same location, but the venue is awesome, so it's worth, like when people go, they're like, okay, this was totally worth it because the venue is fucking sick. It was a great time. But initially that wouldn't be someone's first thought. You know what I mean? So like that was a complete risk to do that, but sometimes you have to take risks like that in order to know what you have. If you're planning to do an event and you want to go all out, I would say to any meet director that they should just take the chance and do it because you're not going to know otherwise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I don't think anybody even wants to live in Virginia, let alone visit.
I don't even want to live in Virginia.
Say something horrible about Virginia.
Virginia. I've actually never been to Virginia, so and this year me and you talked about this in Texas. The American Pro I don't get to go to. It's on my lady's 30th, so I'll miss it this year. I'll be there in 2024 instead because those are the dates. That's the date it landed on, unfortunately. But her 30th is more important to me than the American Pro. As bad as I want to go. So.
We'll see where we are come 2024 because, our plan is to continue growing the American Pro and eventually outgrow that venue. Even though the venue is huge and it can fit a lot of people. Last year we had like almost 1,000 spectators. And they expanded the venue. They broke down a wall and created more space on the arena floor so we can actually fit like 50% more capacity. But our plan is to outgrow it. So fingers crossed 2024, we might actually be looking at a different venue altogether.
Fucking bet. So people are going to want to know this shit. Since you're the VP of the WRPF, this is when we get to ask the juicy WRPF questions. and know what's in store for the future and stuff. Obviously, we've been seeing a lot of kick-ass changes, in my opinion, for the WRPF, the stuff you guys have been posting and all that stuff, the records, the referee shit, your guys' standards, the killing of pedophiles, stuff like that. Excuse me, firing of pedophiles and people like that. When it comes to meets, right, the American Pro is obviously the big one on the East Coast. Are you guys going to bring back the Kern or any big West Coast meet on the level of the American Pro? Obviously, that is your guys' marquee meet, but do you have anything that we're bringing to the West Coast that may fucking sniff the American Pro at all?
Yeah, I mean, that is something that we are currently discussing is what's going to happen on the West Coast. Of course, the current US Open is absolutely part of that discussion, but nothing has really been, confirmed. We don't have anything, locked in yet. So I don't want to say too much about that, but you can definitely expect for the same quality high level meets, for the Pro Series on the West Coast too. Definitely. I mean, that's the plan, is like we want to be able to have all of our pro of that caliber. I think the American Pro was just something that was completely outside of the box, something that just hasn't been done before. But moving forward, that's something that we really pride ourselves here at the WRPF is our Pro Series. So, having meets like the American Pro that raise that bar, all of our pro meets, we have to be very particular which meets we consider to be a pro meet that would be on that level. So just because you're giving out money at a meet doesn't make it a pro meet. You know what I mean? So we're working on that too. Future updates that are coming up very soon on what makes a pro meet versus a local.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, versus a national meet. Like, so we are going to have that criteria in place really soon. So we actually have our team working on that as we speak, and we're making more updates to our rule book and updating a lot of that criteria that a lot of people want to know right now.
All right. See, there you go, guys. Now we got shit, coming for the WRPF stuff on the West Coast. What actually makes a pro meet? Because, for me, that was definitely something. Because, I mean, realistically, being a pro means you made any sort of money at a meet. But if there's going to be real criteria,
yeah,
now you can actually call yourselves a pro.
That's really what, historically in our sport, that's what we know is like, oh, if a meet's giving out $10,000 or more, I mean, that's like a pro meet. But other than that, there's no other criteria to uphold the standards of what that pro meet should look like. So that's something that we want to refine and be very strict as far as what would qualify you as having a pro meet, and it would have to be approved. So it's not like someone can just go and decide that they're having a pro meet. That's got to be something that has to be approved through the federation, and it's got to be to our standards. So it's all really exciting stuff that's coming up really soon, but it's going in the right direction, and I think it's what a lot of people have wanted to see in the Pro Series, and now we're really thankful to have awesome people on our team that are working really hard to make that happen.
So everyone was kind of like up in arms about the records being the record being what?
I was waiting for this.
Yeah. So people want to know, like, explain what the process was, because the way that you explained it to me, like when I messaged you about it, was perfect.
We talked about it in Texas, and it made a lot more sense when we actually got to sit down. The Instagram, in all honesty, from a consumer standpoint, the Instagram post kind of sucked on how it shot it to people, and I understand why people would be a little like, "What the fuck?" So, it came off to, we're getting rid of this.
Oh, she froze.
Oh, she froze.
Well,
oh, shit.
Oh, there
we go.
Well,
Sorry, you froze on our end for a minute.
It's really weird. Sometimes. Okay, let's see if we can catch up. Are we here?
We're good.
Okay. Yeah, we keep freezing on each other.
It's that Virginia fucking Wi-Fi,
It's my
man.
dial-up connection. Okay, am I still frozen or are we good?
You're
No, I
good.
think we're good.
Okay. So I mean, let me ask you guys this. Have you or anyone you know ever received a certificate of recognition from the WRPF for any records in the past?
No.
Nope.
No. So, I will backtrack and say that I think the number one mistake from the WRPF side of things was that years ago, previous management used the term WRPF records. And I think that's the number one thing that threw people off. There were some attempts, and this was back when I was consulting for the WRPF. We were trying to build a database, but it just wasn't there yet. Like that, the detail that was needed and the requirements that were needed to create an elaborate database for the Federation, that just wasn't there at the time. So we did actually attempt to build a database many years ago, and it was very short-lived. So the quick fix was the previous management decided to reach out to Open Powerlifting. And with that, we just linked everything on the WRPF to whatever Open Powerlifting had. So essentially, we didn't have a records division. We just were going off of whatever was on the Open Powerlifting, which is a third-party database. We all know and love Open Powerlifting, but that's not the WRPF database. Just like USPA has their own database, but there's also data on Open Powerlifting. So when people say that we did away with it, that we wiped away records, that we threw the records away, true, because we don't have control over Open Powerlifting. Everything is still there. The only difference is that we weren't really controlling the data that's going on Open Powerlifting. So if something on there was not properly accounted for, there was some errors in the data, whatever the case, we have no control over that. We don't know. We don't have national level referees. We don't know if an inspection was done on the platform. We don't know. There's all these checkpoints that in order to receive that recognition from us for having a federation record, we have to go through a checklist of things with our officials and the athlete at that time. We didn't have that. So that's something that we're implementing now. And I know people are upset because a lot of people don't like change. It's something out of the blue and they think that none of their stuff matters anymore. But the reality is we never had records in the first place with the WRPF. So we're taking this opportunity now with all the improvements that we're applying to the Federation and the direction that we want to go in. It's only fair for us to do right by our lifters and create a true database that we have control over, that you can go and search yourself on the WRPF site on our database, and an actual certificate will be issued to you from our records chair. We didn't have any of that before. So I hope that helps answer some of those questions and clarify some of that confusion, because I know there's been a lot of back and forth with that. And a lot of people were upset with us for it, but it's like, we never had a database to begin with. So maybe, it was the improper use of terms like saying WRPF records in the past when we were really linking to Open Powerlifting, that confused a lot of people. And I personally feel that that's where things got a little weird and people got confused.
Yeah, exactly. So now everybody's got
Yeah.
a clean slate. They can set all their state records, and then soon we'll have the national records coming once we get the national refs and the tiered ref system in place. So I'm excited for it. It's good. It's good changes, good things for everybody. We're growing this federation way faster than I think any of us anticipated, thanks to the USPA.
Fuck Steve Dennison.
Honestly, oh, there she goes.
I think all these motherfuckers are soft, honestly. Oh, my record don't matter anymore. Listen, if you're going off of Open Powerlifting, your record didn't matter anyways. There's only one record Well, that matters on open powerlifting. You go click records, and then there's that list of all time for the top 3 people. That's the only fucking list that matters. You go click raw, and you go down to your weight class, and you see who owns that record at raw squat. And that's the only thing that fucking matters. Like, you know, oh, the WRPF got rid of my. There was nothing they got rid of. Shut the fuck up. There was no record. There was no record. Stop. Y'all are fucking soft.
It still counts.
Most people understand the logic behind this and why we were doing this, but a lot of the people, that didn't, they definitely expressed their concerns. And we actually had a handful of people that straight up left the WRPF because of it. So we're like, okay, well, if you don't understand what we're doing, then obviously you're free to make your own decision and do that. But it's a shame, it's unfortunate that you can't see that what we're trying to do is actually good for the lifter. It's actually what we should have been doing, and we just didn't have the capacity to do it back then. And now we're in a position that we can. So we're really excited to be growing and evolving. And there's just some people that it didn't quite register for them. So, but I mean,
they left. Where the fuck did they go? Okay, they go to the fucking child diddler fucking fed. Like, there's no other place to go. Like,
PF is tainted.
All of them, literally all. Listen, you got RPS. Okay, well, if you don't want to ever lift to any standards and feel good about your fucking higher than giraffe balls fucking squat, go to RPS. Fuck yeah.
You know what's epic about RPS is they don't give a shit about anything. You can wear a fucking hat. You can be barefoot. You don't need deadlift socks. They use pound plates. It's fucking wild.
It's the Wild West. They don't give a fuck. So like they're not like, let's be real. They're USPA diddles kids. APF also now diddles kids. So like what else is there? There's USAPL if you're natty. There's WRPF.
Isn't there like XPC or some shit too?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the feds that suck. Oh, she's frozen again. That goddamn dial-up.
Damn it.
Hello. Oh, she's like frozen. Oh, fuck.
Man, this is what we gotta.
Damn, you were like frozen.
You can't hear me at all?
You didn't hear shit.
You're like frozen with your eyes shut.
No.
This goddamn dial-up. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know what's going on with this connection. I've never had this happen before.
We were still talking shit. Karina said, isn't there like the XPC or something? But I don't pay attention to feds that suck. So like, I think there's the only place that doesn't diddle kids now is USAPL. So you have to be natty, or WRPF.
Did you know that they test meet directors in the USAPL, that the meet directors have to be natty too?
Did you know they don't always test everybody in the USAPL?
Well, yeah. Found out that they test the meet directors and like all the refs and stuff too, and I was like, wow, that's fucking wild.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I found out.
But I do know they don't test big name lifters that broke records that they probably should test. Sometimes they skip over them. It's fine. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Anna, the VP of the WRPF.
Did you get any?
The funny thing is that for can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I was gonna say the funny thing is you said that some federations were like the Wild Wild West. I mean, I would even say that for a while in the WRPF, even we didn't really have a whole lot of standards. There was a point in time where we didn't have membership fees, we didn't have sanction fees. So there was a lot that was just it was a little bit of a free for all type of federation when it came down to certain things. So now that we're working to, take things into a different direction. We have a completely different team. We have different management. We're trying to actually create standards and procedures and really build a foundation with this federation now, because it's important for the longevity of the sport, and it's important that we do things right so that this federation can be around for years to come. Because without structure, without anything, it's really hard to get a grip on things and manage things properly and build the federation the way that all of us envision it to be. But without that, without having those standards in place, the thing is, I think that people aren't used to that right now. So I think some people are a little bit shook by it, because they're like, what the heck, all the out of nowhere, these rules and all these procedures and these policies are being talked about. But it's important. People need to understand that it's what needs to be done in order for the federation to move forward and grow and continue to flourish and be a home for a lot of lifters that very recently felt like they didn't have a place to go with the circumstances and situations that happened in our sport just a couple of months ago. So
yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm excited.
fuck yeah, can't fucking wait. We're gonna hold some badass WRPF meets too. So
oh hell yeah. And that's the thing, is that like, just because we have standards now doesn't mean that we're not a fucking badass federation. I mean,
we can still say
always
fuck,
been,
right? That's all that matters. We can still say fuck on the mic. That's all that I care about.
And I can wear my big
fuck
dick.
yeah, you can.
Oh.
Yes, no one's gonna cover up your belt, Karina. You're not gonna put tape on it.
Thank God. I have big black
That's my dad's name.
That's my dad's name. His name was Richard.
Yeah.
That was
man.
it was Joey Shepard, who's now a WRPF meet director, but he is friends with Bonnie, who's one of the girls that I coach. And I was like, I had just come off squat, and I was like extra hype, and they're telling me to tape my shit. So I taped my shit because I'm like, I don't care, whatever. I got to compete. Like, I'm here to do what I'm here to do. And I go to get my belt or everything inspected after my second one, because it was a national record or whatever. And he goes, hey, thanks for putting tape over it. And I was like, that's my dad's name, and he's dead. And he was like, okay. And I was like, you don't fucking care? And he was like, okay. And like, I just like walked away. And so like later, he tells Bonnie to tell me that he was sorry. And he was like, I think your coach hates me. And then we saw him at some USPA thing, and Bonnie's like, there's Joey. And I was like, oh, you motherfucker. And he's like, I was just doing my job. And I was like, no, fuck you, bro. You red lighted me on my squat too. And he was like, and it was kind of high. And I was like, I don't squat high. And now we're like, we bullshit all the time. But it was so funny because he was just like, okay.
I love that. And look, now he can't tell you to put tape on your belt or cover it up.
No, he can't. But listen, Joey, I won't forget. I spent a lot of money on that belt. Fuck you.
That's true.
I'll heal in hell, okay? Karina may have forgiven you. I haven't. Fuck you, Joey.
No, Karina has a lifetime pass from me to wear that belt any goddamn time she wants to.
Yes. She fucking better. She fucking better. It wasn't cheap, man. No, it's fucking expensive.
Dude, we got it, and it was still like almost $500.
No, it's a great belt. I remember when you got that and you showed it to me, I was like, dude, that belt is fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
I think that. Yeah, no, I bought that during the sale too. It was like fucking $450. I was like, god damn, dude. Fucking hell, man, was making a killing.
He goes, just my gift to you. Just do whatever you want, get whatever you want on a belt, make it however you want, whatever you want. And I was like, all right, click, 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 add, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, it's $457. And you were like, fuck. All right, sending you the money. I was like, oh, thanks, sugar daddy.
I mean, it's the least he can do considering you got him a Southwest kit.
Boom, that part.
I mean, listen. Okay, listen. Karina takes care of my ass. Karina takes care of me. When people are like, you've seen those memes where they're like, oh man, the times when you need an adult, but then you realize you are an adult. Well, I have Karina, she's my adult. She's my adultier adult.
Yeah. No, totally.
Like, so it works. It was the least I could do. The least I could do.
Chris, did you get questions?
I didn't even post any. I literally just redirect them to you. I just post your story so people can click it and go do it because I never get any fucking questions.
All right. Our girl Sarah eats bacon. She said, no question, just grateful for everything that Ana has done for powerlifting, which I'm fucking grateful to.
Fuck yeah.
And then our buddy Joel wants to know if Chris can be the official mascot of the WRPF.
Well, we're definitely open to the idea of a mascot. We could maybe create you could fill out an application. We'll get back to you. I'll have my people call your people.
My people.
I don't know. I mean, you'd be a pretty good candidate. We'll see.
See, I'd have to battle Garrett though. Garrett might be better at that than me. Garrett might be better.
Yeah,
Garrett's also more professional.
You both bring the hype, so that's
True.
definitely
Hey,
something.
get me and Garrett on commentating one of these big meets.
Oh my God, please. Chris is like, I don't like this motherfucker. But
and that's the day that we get banned from YouTube.
No, maybe. I don't. Not after I finally sat down with Garrett and like talked to him and stuff, I'm like, I love him. So I don't know if me and him can commentate together. We're both too ADHD and high strung.
I love Garrett. He's amazing. I've known Garrett for a really long time too. He's a really good friend of mine. I'm so happy that he's part of our team too. So.
Oh yeah.
And he's a great commentator.
Yeah.
He's a fucking fantastic commentator. When he's a fantastic commentator.
Yeah. We won't talk about that one.
No. He's the last couple he did. He was fucking fantastic. After you had a chit chat with him.
Yeah, no, I mean he was great at the PPC finals. I mean he's great overall. He just had just the thing with Garrett, he has no filter, so when he feels strongly about something, he's just going to say it. But that's what I appreciate about Garrett is his brutal honesty. And then he knows, we were live on the live stream that probably wasn't the best move, but he felt very strongly about certain things. Yeah. And he spoke about it and, we discussed it. It's water under the bridge now. And he's nothing but professional on the live streams. And he knows his shit. Like if anyone knows powerlifting, it's Garrett.
Oh,
yeah. Facts.
Yeah, and and as far as what Sarah said, I appreciate that comment. But honestly, if it wasn't for our members and for our community, we wouldn't be where we are. So if anything, we should be thanking you guys.
What a VP answer! Look at that. What a top of the corporate ladder answer. You know what? Without you, it's not me. It's you guys. You fuck. All right. Just remember that.
I have a very serious question.
Oh no.
What do you think about the name Denim and Dumbbells for a gym? When the owner he benches and squats and deadlifts in jeans.
All he wears is jeans at the gym. Denim and Dumbbells is the name of his gym. Or it should be. It fucks, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely fucks.
I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying.
He's decided to name.
Is he planning to?
Because
does he have an apparel line?
We're gonna work on that and some.
We're gonna work on that. Jinglets.
Because I feel like if he does all his 3 lifts in the jeans, I feel like you got to have kind of like, what is it, the barbell jeans or whatever they call them, the ones that are like stretchy. Like he should have something. I mean, this is the marketer in me thinking of like how he could capitalize on a team like that.
I'm just saying.
Joel, when you hear this, you better get your shit together.
You better get your shit together with Denim and Dumbbells and your jinglet. All right.
Yeah. The jinglet, I love that.
He literally.
What would that be under if someone competed in a jinglet? I guess that would be like, single ply or multiply or something, right?
Well, he
Like
had
that canvas material.
he had made like a I don't know, what do you call it? Like a sample one.
A mock, yeah.
Like a mock, but I think it was just singlet.
It's singlet material, just it's just printed to be jeans.
Okay,
Denim.
I was thinking
Yeah.
it was actual jean material singlet. Like
No.
Because that'd be something.
But yeah, we're down for the jinglets and denim and denim.
Goddamn right.
Okay, I'm into
Denim
it.
and
Tell him that I approve.
All right. Oh, you got to change the name. Hasn't even opened. Got time.
hasn't even opened. It should be fucking denim and dumbbells though. Listen, that's what everybody's gonna ask for anyways. Fuck out of here. Nobody's gonna. Oh, I'm going to Racket Lifting Club. Nobody's gonna call it that. Fuck out of here. Everybody's gonna. Oh, I'm going. You guys need me to denim and dumbbells tonight? Fuck yeah, I am.
Like,
goddamn
if
right.
I'm perfectly honest, if I saw that come up on like gyms near me and I Googled that and I saw that, like denims and dumbbells, I'd be like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm going to that gym. Yeah.
Right? It sounds like you're going to have a good fucking time. People aren't going to be in there judging you. God knows what they got going on in there. It sounds fucking great.
Absolutely. No, sold.
Sounds like Joel owes me royalties.
Yeah, he's got to remember this conversation because, when this takes off, he's got to remember the people that helped get this started, for sure.
Remember this shit, Joel. Remember this. The pain in the ass ginger. Denim and fucking dumbbells, all right?
That was all the questions that I got, and I think that you did a really great job of explaining like everything with WRPF and where we're going and stuff. I don't know. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else that you wanted to add, Chris?
No, you answered the questions I already had. I mean, you answered all my fucking questions in Austin when we talked for a few hours. You answered shit too that you guys on the podcast don't get to fucking know yet until it gets announced. So fuck you.
No, Chris was like, he grilled me. He asked me all the questions. It was like we had our own intimate podcast that night.
Things I needed to know, man. Things I needed to know. Again, they were from my own personal theories and a couple of close friends that had the same questions. Other than that, until announcements come, you guys can get fucked.
Yeah. We like that transparency. So, I mean, if people have questions or they want to talk to us, I mean, we even went ahead and created another email address. It's like issues@thewrpf.com. So if you have questions, complaints, you want to air your grievances or ask us any questions, we're always happy to talk to our members and answer questions. We're really responsive on our Instagram account. So I think that's just the best policy. It's just being transparent with everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it.
Fuck yeah. All right, guys. I think that wraps it up for us. This has been fucking great. Answer some fucking questions for the powerlifting community. If you guys want a kick-ass live stream for your meet, hit Honest Team up. And don't be fucking shy with that checkbook, okay? Fucking pay this woman. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. You can find us at A1Digital on Instagram.
Oh yeah, hit your plugs. Hit your plugs and all that shit.
Yeah, of course, you got to follow the WRPF on Instagram, A1Digital, and my personal Instagram is Ana Smash.
Boom. Go follow.
Boom. There it is. Go fucking follow. All 50 of you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
Hell yeah. All right. Until next time, motherfuckers.
Episode fucking 19 next time. Wild.
Hey.
Wild.